Are we really watching this unfold right in front of our eyes? Unfortunately, yes. And if you're tuning in right now, clear the distractions, turn the volume up, and brace yourself, because what happened on the Indiana Fever bench was far beyond a normal coaching disagreement. This wasn't a heated basketball discussion between a coach and her star player. What viewers witnessed on national television looked like a complete emotional meltdown. Stephanie White was seen yelling directly at Caitlin Clark, the face of the franchise and one of the biggest stars in the sport, in full view of fans across the country. It wasn't just uncomfortable, it was shocking. It felt like a public attempt to embarrass the most valuable player in the organization. But the moment that truly raised eyebrows came immediately afterward. Following the heated exchange, Clark was sent to the bench while Raven Johnson checked into the game, leaving Caitlin visibly frustrated and shaking her head in disbelief. Whether you agree with the coaching decision or not, it was a moment that instantly sparked questions about the relationship between player and coach. A line appeared to have been crossed, and the reaction from fans was immediate. When Stephanie White was hired, many believed she would help lead this franchise into a new era of success and stability. Instead, moments like this are fueling concern, frustration, and endless debate. So let's break down everything that happened. Be sure to like the video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel because this story is only getting bigger. Here we see Stephanie White and Caitlin Clark locked in a tense exchange on the Fever bench.
Let's get right into it, shall we? Like the video, hype the video, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and subscribe to the channel. That would mean so much to me. Here we have Stephanie White and Caitlin Clark on the bench yelling at each other. Talking about some defensive nonsense. My hands are straight up. I'm going straight up. Hey, you, sit down, take your seat. Caitlin, get your ass up. Caitlin shaking her head. Nope. This coach is an idiot. Nope. This coach is a dumbass. Nope. This coach is foolish. Nope. She's got no idea what she's talking.
Take a closer look at the footage everyone is talking about. Watch the body language, the intensity, and the frustration pouring out during that exchange on the Indiana Fever bench. The argument reportedly centered around defensive rotations, with Stephanie White visibly upset while Caitlin Clark appeared to defend her actions, insisting she had done what she was supposed to do on the play. To many viewers, it looked like far more than a routine coaching correction. Critics believe White wasn't simply trying to teach a lesson, she was trying to establish authority in the most public way possible. Predictably, some analysts and media personalities will dismiss the moment as just another emotional sideline confrontation, arguing that heated exchanges happen all the time in professional sports. They'll point to famous coach-player relationships from the past and insist this is simply part of competition. But many fans aren't buying that explanation. They see something different here. They see a situation that has been building for weeks, a tension that appears deeper than a single defensive mistake. And that's exactly why this moment has generated so much attention. The comparison to legendary coach-player disagreements falls apart when you examine the context, because what unfolded on that bench felt far more personal than a standard basketball discussion.
I know this doesn't happen all the time. But let's take a look. Difference between this and a Tom Brady and Bill Belichick going at it. One, Bill is a legend, Stephanie White is a slouch. Two, it was never a question whether Bill respected Tom or not. Everyone knew he did. Not the case here. I don't care how many hugs these two have. I don't care how many hugs they have. I don't care how many times Stephanie White pulls Caitlin Clark close by her hip. I don't care how many glowingly things Stephanie White says about Caitlin Clark.
There are two major reasons why so many people reject those comparisons. First, the coaches being referenced built championship legacies that earned them enormous credibility and trust within their organizations. Second, there was never serious doubt about the mutual respect that existed between those coaches and their superstar players. That is where many observers believe this situation becomes different. No matter how many positive public comments are made, no matter how many friendly moments are shown during interviews or media appearances, critics continue to question whether Stephanie White truly values Caitlin Clark's unique impact on the franchise. Supporters of Clark argue that the actions on the court tell a very different story than the words spoken off it. They see repeated moments of frustration, constant criticism, and decisions that appear to place unnecessary pressure on the team's biggest star. To them, this doesn't resemble tough coaching designed to elevate a player. Instead, they view it as a relationship that has become increasingly strained. Whether that perception is fair or not, It continues to gain traction among fans who believe Clark is being treated differently than other players on the roster, and that belief is fueling even more controversy around the team.
Clark, and she hates everything about her. Why? Because Caitlin Clark is everything Stephanie White failed to become. Caitlin Clark is everything Stephanie White failed to become. She sees Caitlin Clark and she sees herself, but not as a success story. She sees herself as a failure. Like, damn, that could have been me. No, it couldn't have been you. You were regular, schmegular, degular. So what? You were good in high school. Who gives a rat's ass?
To Clark's most passionate supporters, Stephanie White sees more than just a player wearing number 22. They believe she sees a global sports phenomenon whose influence extends far beyond basketball. Clark has helped generate record-breaking attendance, unprecedented media attention, and a level of excitement rarely seen in the WNBA. Because of that, every coaching decision involving her is magnified. Critics argue that White has struggled to fully embrace that reality, and they claim her handling of Clark has created tension throughout the organization. Whether those accusations are justified remains a matter of opinion, but the perception itself has become a major storyline. Some fans have even started questioning whether the team functions better with Clark on the floor or on the bench, a debate that would have seemed unthinkable not long ago. The controversy only intensified after the benching incident because it appeared to reinforce concerns about how Clark is being managed. Then came the question of accountability. If a star player is publicly challenged for mistakes, many fans expect the same standard to apply across the roster. That expectation has become a central part of the criticism surrounding this situation.
Cece said, babes, I'm going straight up. What else do you want me to do? Steph White said, fuck out my face. I'm putting Raven Johnson in. 22 gets up, Raven sits down, and then what happens? Raven fouls out in 10 minutes of playtime. So what, Raven Johnson can't play defense either now, Stephanie? Metheny, Twitch, Richardson, Arms Cross McGee. Raven Johnson can't play now? Or you can't coach properly? You can't coach properly, Brianne.
The debate grew even louder when Raven Johnson entered the game following Clark's trip to the bench. Critics quickly pointed out that Johnson struggled during her limited minutes, committing fouls, turning the ball over, and failing to provide the defensive spark that many expected. That immediately raised questions among fans. If Clark could be publicly criticized and benched for mistakes, why weren't other players receiving the same visible treatment? Fair or unfair, that perception of inconsistency has become one of the biggest complaints surrounding Stephanie White's coaching style. Fans have pointed to other games throughout the season, arguing that different players appear to receive different levels of accountability depending on who made the mistake. Supporters of White would argue that every situation is unique and that coaches handle players differently based on circumstances. However, Clark supporters see a pattern they believe cannot be ignored. They feel she is held to a higher standard than everyone else on the roster, and moments like the recent sideline confrontation only strengthen that belief. As the criticism continues to grow, another controversial claim has emerged that has only intensified the discussion.
Listen to this shit. I thought Fever FC was trolling, but now I generally think Stephanie White might prefer Raven Johnson as her PG1 over Caitlin Clark. Stephanie White told me we play faster when she's the... Listen to this nonsense.
White told us coming off her season best last game that she's playing with more aggression, she's not afraid to get into the paint, to play physical, and to score the basketball. I think what I like most about what Steph White said when Raven Johnson's in the game at the base of...
Reports and rumors circulating among fans have suggested that Stephanie White believes the team can sometimes operate more effectively with different ball handlers running the offense. Whether those reports are entirely accurate or not, they have sparked fierce debate because they appear to challenge the value of one of basketball's most gifted playmakers. For Clark supporters, the idea sounds almost impossible to believe. They view her vision, passing ability, and offensive creativity as irreplaceable. As frustration mounted following the loss, Clark addressed the media and delivered a response that immediately caught attention. When asked about officiating and other factors affecting the team's performance, she declined to make excuses and instead focused on broader issues impacting the game. Her comments were calm, measured, and professional, but many fans interpreted them as a subtle message. Rather than blaming referees or external circumstances, they felt Clark was indirectly highlighting deeper problems within the team's overall approach. Whether that interpretation is correct remains open for debate, but it added another layer to an already intense controversy surrounding the Fever and their coaching staff.